update. Let's go. Somehow I don't think I've been over this spot. It's exciting. I'm waiting up all year for this. Well, at least since the last update dropped. Whoa. That is a big change. Huh. I thought this place was supposed to be based off of ancient Egypt. Guess not. Guess the character designs were not indicative of the content. Looks more tropical or Amazonian, actually. Cover this whole place, make it a cavern, make everything glow, and then it looks kind of like Aberration. Yeah, this looks more like Aberration the more I look at it. What the heck are those things? Those are huge. What are they? Are they aggressive? Oh, they're not. They're chill. Looks like a giant dog dinosaur hybrid. Okay, whatever those are not friendly. Those are fungus. I really should have brought a pyro character with me. Never mind, these guys are weak. Getting how strong. I built him to be a tank. Of course he does a lot of damage. Damage. Oh, these things are related to those things that are actually in the chasm. Yes, they might be. I'm right on where I'm supposed to be. Am I meant to go to that? I'm gonna go to it anyway. Oh, maybe there's a cave. So, four-petal flower. Ah, so this is basically just the same thing as the Electrobrana. Okay, good to know. Yup, there was a cave. Why would it make me go into a cave? What the heck is that? Is it a pig? Ooh, weird looking pig. Oh, now I remember why I didn't bring a pyro. I don't have a powerful one. What the heck is this? Oh, this leads back to the chasm. How did I never... This is where this was? How did I not find that this entire time? I've been over this area several times. At least I haven't now. 3 primos. And before anyone asks, yes, I'm a free-to-play. How I have free Archons, I do not know. I can only assume I am stupid lucky. Because I think I've only lost the 50-50, I'm gonna say, one time? Instead of getting, the banner character, I got D-Luke. Not a fair trade-off. It's a fair trade-off, though, since I didn't have him to begin with.
Now that we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
That's all it said? I always said it as Sumeru. But look at that. Lesser Lord. Seems kind of diminishing.
And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister.
Why would she? The one that did matches the description of none of the 7.
But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information.
Considering our track record, I doubt it.
But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the 7 on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby.
I think I already know where it is. It's by the giant tree.
Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead!
Yeah, I can see that.
Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers.
Wandering around doesn't mean you're lost, especially as an adventurer. It just means that you're looking. What you're looking for? Don't know.
Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
I guess they don't like outsiders.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Oh, wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she? Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions.
Swear to God, if it's another stealth section, I'm gonna lose my mind. Hate stealth sections.
Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Is this an answer from this world?
Shouldn't go.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Let's go take a closer look.
She didn't suddenly vanish, she just went into that cave.
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she? What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again? It looks like she's meditating or something. If we bother her now, she probably wouldn't let us off very lightly. Oh! What a lovely smell!
Don't you dare do what I think you're gonna do.
It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all. Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
This has the Balladeer written all over it. I'm gonna kick his teeth in. Alright, Terminator. Not again. Where's Mika when you need her?
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
I don't have a choice in the matter. What the fuck? Okay, this may not be the Balladeer. I think I'm just having a surreal acid trip. The heck was in that sensor? Like weed? Whatever it was strong. It's gonna make me see God or something. Well, out of the frying pan and into the weird ghost tree. I think there's something wrong with your glow. That was fast. That's following. I got so high I saw the Sea Empress Leviathan. And now she's a tree.
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Where's that? God. That was such a weird fever dream.
Oh, are you awake now?
Is this real life? Or am I in another dreamscape?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Someone throw something at me, see if I feel pain.
Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Jaime was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations.
Is there any relation to the Outliers by chance? Because it seems like there might be.
My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Yeah, I had a weird thing happen. Apparently, I don't like sensors. Or they don't like me. One or the other.
Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious.
Well, it certainly woke me up.
Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
As long as it makes me not have that issue again.
Whoops!
Oh boy.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
I'm starting to think he's just trying to get high.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Is that a fish tank?
So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Well, after that fever dream, I don't think it could get any worse.
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I wonder how well he would get along with Goro. 'Cause he doesn't seem like he's a dog. He's more related to, like, whatever, like, Anubis is. Like is Anubis a jackal? I don't know.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Possibly people with visions? Amongst other things? Regardless. I know not to do that again.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
I saw a telepathic tree that was trying to talk to me.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
That makes sense. Considering I am an abnormality.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you.
Yeah, I could tell right from wrong. Of course I can. Don't do stupid things. Don't eat poisonous mushrooms to get high. You eat the non-poisonous kind to get high.
Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape.
That and last time something like this happened to me, it was not fun.
If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
What the heck is that?
Oh, are you okay?
What, is that weed?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you?
The heck is that? Is that like mega weed?
So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else.
Yeah, unless I have a respirator or some kind of like mask filtration, but I don't got one of those, now do I?
The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky.
Fair enough.
For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right!
The region is completely different from anything we've seen before. The vegetation is even more intense than Mondstadt and Liyue. Of course, it's going to be different. Very different. Because before, in Inazuma, we had intense electrical stuff as our problem. Here, the plants. Or whatever that weed stuff is. I'm just gonna keep calling it weed because I feel like it. And I find it funny because weed makes you go cuckoo sometimes.
Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first.
Time is one thing that we have a lot of. Or at least I do.
Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know.
I'm still recovering.
What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
It was trying to speak to me. I think that was the person I heard. Remember back on the island? Someone hijacked the radio. Who do you think it was? Same voice came from that tree. I'm thinking it's the same person. They're hijacking my brain.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
Meantime, I should probably try to, like, accustom myself to that scent. Gain a tolerance.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Is this the
Great. Definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
This is the big tree. No, that's the big tree.
All right, next let's see. Right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Good thing I have my air cleaner vision.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, who else would do it?
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest.
Once I'm back to full condition, I should be able to handle it myself.
Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Alrighty then. See about the bridge blew out there. What the heck is that? Stupid.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
Dog? Dinosaur? We're just gonna call it a Dogatops. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it.
Yeah, it's also not on. There's that.
No problems with this lamp. Good.
Oh, because it's bioluminescence. That would probably be why. It's not on the path. What the heck is that?
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
As long as I don't pass out again, I should be fine.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
There's two of them.
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone.
So there is a desert.
To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Many lives were lost that day. May they rest in peace.
According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru.
Sounds like a phoenix, but that would probably be more of a pyro.
To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Siristana.
But so she is still like a kid or something?
Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers.
It's normal to not know the full story.
Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person.
Were you depressed?
There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her.
Yep, that sounds like her.
If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
I say the description matches perfectly. She was, like, the first person that we knew for a fact was from Mondstadt. Though we did meet the drunk guy first.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
I think we've all done that from time to time.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you.
Very trustworthy. It's very hard to hide stuff from her.
So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Must keep in touch somehow.
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Fair enough.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
Yeah, at this point, it's not only trying to find my sister, it's also trying to stop the Fatui because they're a bunch of butts. Except for one of them. One of them is marginally redeemable.
Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
I should have probably had Goro on my loadout. Oh well. It's a new region, and I should probably have my heavy hitters up front. They increase the movement speed for climbing. I think they did that, or something else. Oh, that's freaky. It's one of those, like, 2D objects that makes itself look freaky by always looking at you.
The Dendro Archon statue of the Seven is up there. You should try touching it like the other ones we found on our journey. Paimon bets you'll definitely get a response from the Dendro Archon.
Let's see what happens. That's a lot of waypoints. So 4 in the city. This is either a big city or a pain in the butt to actually get around.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I'm thinking probably the second.
The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. For now, let's focus on our job and clean up this...
What's that?
Huh? Wait a sec. Is it just Paimon, or was there something moving?
Okay, so it's not just me. I thought it was still, high.
Yeah, it was kind of small and round. You know, like a vegetable or something.
Okay, good to know I'm not.
It really freaked Paimon out. Whatever it was, we should probably go and investigate. Actually, on second thought, maybe we should get to cleaning first. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below.
Well, it's a good thing I brought the bard. Considering I just... Oh, never mind.
Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Where the heck she at? Oh, there she is. Should have blends in.
Kale, we're back!
Welcome back. You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break.
By the way, Kale, have you ever seen any small creatures scurrying around the forest? You know, that kinda look like a veggie.
A creature that looks like a veggie? Well, I guess Master would say something like, all plants are living organisms, so they also fall under the category of creatures. Wow, fascinating! It almost sounds like an imaginary creature that you hear kids always talking about. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for anything like it.
Yeah, I doubt it was whatever happened to me that made me see it, considering she also saw it. Unless we're both affected.
I almost forgot. Are you two hungry? I packed some food and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
Fair enough.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops! Ah, no! You dropped it on the ground!
In the arms of the angel.
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Planning ahead. I like it. Always gotta plan for stuff like that.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
I mean, it is just food.
Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
I'm sure that'll be very handy in the future.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too.
I think everyone has that.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission.
I mean, a lot of stuff can be pretty fragile.
Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted.
Well, I could already see moments of that.
I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature.
So he may have came from the... That's why his ears looked familiar. He's from the desert, isn't he?
Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there.
He doesn't seem like the kind of type that would actually do that, though, does he?
But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy about his responses. Master could obviously have a bright future in the academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that.
I'd have learned it somewhere.
Speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here.
Dang, he's strong.
Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Probably because he did something.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why, is he going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Yeah, that'd probably do that to anyone.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you.
It takes a lot more than that to get rid of me. Same things happened to me, but more intense before. Just without the visuals. I've literally fought multiple gods, one of which was still in power. I fought them twice.
Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh.
Of course. A little bit of gas ain't gonna kill me.
Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some primordial wrath!
Eula would like to know your location. Oh boy.
No! Don't touch me!
Oh no.
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharvaville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Something tells me that has to do with what she meant by being
What
a
was
different
up with
person.
Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
What do you mean practically running? She's just slowly walking. I could catch up to her. Oh, now she's gone.
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes. I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Further observation. This whole segment seems very suspicious. Why can't I lay it down on the bed? My immersion is broken. Should probably get those before they disappear forever. Which I don't want to lose out on that. How many achievements did I unlock? Oh, just the two. The key, there's the time. Okay, so... there we go. That's a lot of mist. Who's vaping?
Hyman was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
I really need to, fix this bridge.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Oh boy.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No, no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Fair enough. That's freaky. How do you even use these? Oh. That's cool. Higher. Oh. Hoping at some point these get fixed.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
Ishiku Sonali.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
The heck is that?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia.
The heck does that mean?
In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar.
Question is, what causes it and how? Because if we can figure those two things out, then there is a chance of finding a way to stop it. Maybe not from affecting the people that already have it, but from allowing it to infect people further.
Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Which one was it?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation.
Swear, that doesn't sound like something a child would do. It was the Balladeer, wasn't it?
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Ah. Well, considering this is something that happened, I doubt that child knows about this, because if he did, he would not be all that happy.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Next time I see him, I'm gonna tell him about this. See if that'll change his mind.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that touching causes it to get us to get infected.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Wait a minute. After we were able to keep it stable all that time. But then once she left them, it became unstable again. They did this, didn't they?
Well said.
They won't.
I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her.
The next time I see the Fatui, they're not gonna last that long.
Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Lunar Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Yeah.
What about fungus?
Yeah.
Let's see how this
Scatter.
looks. Ooh. Does it heal me? I think it does.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bomb! Even better.
Propagate.
And it can spam it. Nice. And it does decent damage.
Yeah.
Haven't upgraded it once and it's still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
This might be my new main.
Propagate.
Definitely am not doing nearly as much damage. But luckily everything is low level. Compensate. I'm wondering, giving enough constellations and leveling, that would actually heal me. That or my ult does. The ult probably does. That's definitely increased my longevity. I'll save it for when I've got a big pack of enemies.
Propagate.
It's also like a shotgun too. Wait a minute, that was a water fungus. It died when it hit the water. Excuse me, what? I don't think that's how physics or nature works. Bunch of pots? Here we go. How many do I need? Guess just all of them? Fair enough.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching.
I swear I've heard his voice somewhere else.
If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Alright, Hey Tainari! We found the lotuses you requested!
I just skipped an entire bit of dialogue.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's calling your name! They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Some bad probably happened. Hopefully I'm capable of fighting without passing out. I almost thought his name was Almir. Got payday on the mind.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
A what?
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
Can someone tell me what that means?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
So it doesn't affect vision holders? Well, we'll be fine.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
Because we're still recuperating, or at least I am.
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands.
That as well.
There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
They said the same thing about being near Zhao, but here I am now.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
Ah. So it's like Bale Thunder. Whatever the heck that electrical storm nonsense was.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
I am very much an anomaly. No one knows why. I don't even know.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
So long as I don't pass out again.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me.
Yeah, I still don't know why she doesn't get affected, since she doesn't have a vision, but also can't manipulate powers of the elements or whatever.
We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today, and show you what it looks like up close.
Should be easy to spot, considering everything would be dying. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like an ecological dead zone. What's next? We're gonna find giant ghost leviathans or something?
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash.
I think there's something wrong with your red. I don't think you're supposed to have red.
Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering.
Question. How do we get rid of it? And why is it a thing?
All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Why do I feel like this has something to do with the Fatui? Who am I kidding? It always has to do with them.
Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all.
So I just stab the thing?
Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
I'm pretty resilient, as long as I don't pass out, as per usual.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
What is this? Oh. What's that? Ah, so using these will make me immune to this stuff, I guess. Maybe? Okay, so I need to grab that. Do that. There we go. Oh, it's like a missile. Why does this music remind me of the Scorched Earth fighting music? This whole region kind of reminds me of Scorched Earth combined with the island. What is that? Did I do that? Boom. Bam.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
What the heck is that thing? Ow, that does damage.
Spring forth!
That did not do much damage. Oh god.
Gather!
Why does he have such a low amount of... Why does he only have 9,000? It might be the withering that's doing that. That's probably what is doing it. Yeah, it is. I think I need to clear out the rest of these, maybe? Yeah, it was the withering that's doing
Solidify!
it. Did they make that call? I think they did.
There is no escape!
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering!
Alrighty then. Just stab it. That works.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
So perhaps the two are connected.
Huh? Well, why's that?
Deal with the withering, and we get rid of Elazar.
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
The heck is that?
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards.
That's what I saw!
I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Does that mean Hollow Earth theory is correct? What, am I gonna see Godzilla down there or something?
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day.
Question is, why does it do that?
The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found.
Wouldn't we need to find the tree first?
Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
There's a bunch of those dog triceratops. Dogotopsian. That's the first Electroculus. No, not Electroculus. Dendroculus or whatever. Of this time.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
I swear I keep thinking his name is Elmir.
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
The heck is that thing?
Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Because it's incoherent nonsense?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, How do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy?
Nope. Guess my tolerance is good enough now.
But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. I knew then that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat.
Yeah, because if that thing goes, we go with it.
My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsol. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsol itself.
Am I becoming a tree person?
I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsol, just as you did.
Well, that's probably why it happened to me.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others.
Ah.
Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Alrighty then.
Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have. No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Won't be the last. That's for certain.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Definitely have enough for a grand feast.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
So handy. I don't even need to like have like any kind of thing to use it either. Except for maybe the element.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
It's that weird thing again, probably. And there she is. The heck is that thing?
Hypatia, are you alright?
I saw that thing again. What the? Now there's nothing there.
So hungry. Eat water.
You're not even that far from the village.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first. Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look around.
Is it the withering? What the?
Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we?
I think we're in the Hollow Earth. Maybe.
Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Well, the cave's gone. Oh, no, it's not. It's still there. Something tells me that the incense still has an effect on it. Huh. Yeah, it definitely does.
Wow, this place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Propagate!
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Annoying. It just killed itself.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Really? Yoink. The heck is this? Yoink. What the heck? Okay, yeah, I think I'm still being affected.
What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
This looks like Inazuma architecture. Yeah. Whatever this is, it is definitely some kind of hallucination. And what the heck? This trippy music doesn't help. one had a sword. I'm inside the bulb now, I think. They look bigger.
Propagate!
Hey, wee ball. Shotgun. I need to increase that one's damage. Now I have a
Scatter!
special. Not anymore. Take it back.
Propagate!
Just get hit in the face with a rock. Nope.
Germinate!
Oh, it zaps them.
Scatter!
Yahoo!
Propagate!
Just such a little amount of damage. There's more! Why is there always more? That's it, I'm done with
Illusion
this.
shattered!
It's time for everything to die.
Think you can get away?
I'm not getting stuck into that.
Here we go!
There you go. The heck is that? Oh, there's a caddy over here. Yoink. What does this thing do? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, there's multiple of those things? What is that? Right? Oh, that's what that does. Good to know. Oh, I'm back in here now. So I gotta get this one. Go back up to here. I'll put that one in there. Open, it says me. About to say, hopefully there will be no more interruptions, but that's not the case. And we're here again.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
What the heck are you talking about? I look fine. Oh, it's one of these things. What? Huh? magic elevator. Elevators never lead to anything good. Unless, well, if it leads to something green and glowing, yeah, it doesn't, but, oh, hey, another one of these. Is that it? What? If I go in that, will I ascend to the heavens? Now I'm curious. Oh, I can't get high enough. Oh, any character can use those. Without restriction. Nice. Hey, boy.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
Do I know you?
Miss Harold! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
There's like so many of them. There's like not just one.
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
Oh, trust me. If it involves the Abyss, it is very much my business. Ooh, that hurts.
Scatter! Spring forth!
Here, have plant lightning. Ooh. I forgot they do that. I thought he did that multiple times, though. Yo, stop floating. That's illegal. Ooh.
Scatter!
I bet it. Oh, heck it.
Solidify!
Play dirty? Fine, we'll play dirty.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Oh my god, hell. I don't know Pyro.
Illusion shattered!
What was it? Is it Cryo or Pyro that's good against them? And now it's just a war of attrition.
Gather! I will have order!
Yeah, he's not gonna live that long. Come on. Nothing is working. Oh, that's why.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
He's built different, clearly.
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
Good luck with that.
Your sister. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial?
Nah, neither. I just like annoying people.
Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon.
If that were the case, I would have been dealt with long before I got my powers.
The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless.
It's not even just about that anymore, it's about stopping you.
But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
What, are you going Super Saiyan? Didn't even get the chance. What an absolute nerd.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you.
Big blue spooky boy. That's what happened.
Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
That has liquid in it. Why didn't she eat it?
Who is there? Tainari, is that you?
Nope. It's me.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
Is that a dream catcher? I wonder why the thing couldn't kill me.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really?
The heck is going on in this place?
I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
Weed bud.
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon.
Well, like Odin and his ravens.
I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave.
Hey, RJ. No.
In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. Alright, we're out, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
A lot of
Sounds
specialties.
good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
Well, I think that's gonna have to do it for now, since I'm starting to get interrupted more. So, maybe I'll continue this later.